Well, hello, week 4, balance and mindfulness. You, yogi, have come so far and you've gone far beyond the point where most people would give up. So we've got a little balance and mindful practice today. So we're going to hold each balance for about a minute and then repeat the sequence probably 3 times and then wind down. So let's start in Tadasana. You've done Tadasana in week 2, so you know that it's mountain pose. It's a balance in and of itself. So stand tall, press the hands together, roll the shoulders down and back, close down the eyes. It's the closing of the eyes that turns this into a balance pose. We're not just standing. It's a strong, active stand working on the balance. So you want to be very mindful in this particular class, especially want to foster a strong, clear mindset. We are settling into the body in this pose. We are connecting to the breath, focusing on alignment and presence. In a moment, we'll be moving into our tree poses and into our standing pigeons. And we're going to be cultivating balance and mindfulness through the foundations of the foot. I'll give you lots of silence to focus as well, so that's why I'm telling you now. And then after that, we'll do a little goddess into garland. The last 30 seconds of Tadasana. Press the hands together really firmly. You got to work out for your arms and your chest here. Work them out with your toes. Get that Pada Bandha that I've mentioned. The last couple of breaths. Make them as deep as you can. And then shift your weight into your left foot. Open up your eyes. Come up onto the toes of your right foot. Swivel. Open out that knee to the side. We want to open up that hip. So get that knee all the way up to the side first. And then bring your foot to either your calf or your thigh. You can also use a wall as a prop here if needed. So our balance changes throughout our lives, throughout our month, throughout our day. So always offer yourself some self-compassion here. And focus on rooting through the foot and extending tall. Be really tall here. Pull up to the crown of your head. There's always an option in tree to extend your arms up overhead like a tree, but if that causes you to lose stability or to wobble a lot, then come back to the heart center. If you do fall out, always bring the hands back to the chest before you come back to arms overhead. We're changing sides. Let's release that foot down. Shift the weight into the right foot, open up that hip, and then decide on where you want your foot placement to be on this side. Pressing the hands together, growing tall. So picking something unmoving as your drishti. So maybe not me on your screen. Something a little bit beyond your screen. And breathe. Really press that foot in, really open up that hip as well. We're halfway done. Engage thigh muscle, engage the glutes. Maybe your arms have gone up overhead, you're feeling good, you're feeling balanced. And carefully, slowly come out. You might want to shake out the legs here, have a little dance or a little boogie. And then we're coming into standing pigeon. So rooting into the left foot, let's cross that right foot over the knee. So maybe like halfway up the thigh and keep that foot flexed. I'm actually too close to the wall here for this. And then we're sitting down, almost like we're sitting down into our chair poses that we were doing. But keep your chest lifted, keep your gaze forward, press your hands together. We're sitting down by bending that left knee. We're holding here. We're halfway done. Mindful, breath connection, single pointed focus. You're not thinking about anything else in your life right now. Only the pose that you're in. Rooting into that foot, keep extending that crown tall even though you're sitting down. Keeping the foot flexed. And straighten that leg and release. We're moving to the other side. Take a little shimmy in between. Root into the right foot. Crossing over, open that knee out to the side. Flex the foot, sit down. Stay tall. Go for 1 minute here. Pressing the hands together will help engage your core that you've worked on. You're building on that strength from all the way from week 1. The core really is the foundation, isn't it? Do this. Follow, you come back in, you shake. That's the muscles working, getting stronger. Don't focus on that, focus on staying strong. See what happens when they said that. I won't. Stay strong, stay mindful, stay present, and breathe. The last couple of seconds, the leg might be starting to complain. That's okay, it's strong. But listen, I'm joking. Always listen to your body and release. Ooh, shaking out those legs. This is why we come to this warmed up. So we're going to goddess pose. Let's jump to the or step if you're upstairs. Point your toes away from each other now. Sink down to your strong goddess. Get those goddess arms, which are like cactus arms. So elbows in line with your shoulders. You're not down here. That's not doing anything. Up here, something different. Strong goddess arms. And send those knees out to the side. A full minute here. Slow down your breath if you're getting breathless. Just for full kind of disclosure, I'm filming these straight after being ill, so I'm probably a little bit more breathless than usual. But it's important to know, as I said in week 1, human. Not to be overly glossy and edited and super. We're all in our human experiences. Let's bring the hands to the hips. Straighten up, slowly engaging the thighs. Heel toe into center, point the toes away. The distance between your feet is going to depend on the individual. It's around hip distance. And come down into Malasana squats. So our little 5-minute routine with all the chatting and the prep, we're almost actually coming to 8 minutes. So we'll get it done twice and then we'll cool down. Use your elbows and your upper arms to push legs away. Smile. Smile and be happy that you are so much stronger than you were 3 weeks ago. So much more balanced, so much more mindful. And then straighten up. Ooh, shake it all out. We're going to repeat that whole sequence again, starting with Tadasana. So rooting into your feet, extend the crown up tall, press the hands together, close down the eyes. 1 minute of Tadasana. It's not just a stand, it's an active stand. Without over straightening the knees and locking them out, pull up through the kneecap, activate the thighs, be as tall as you can. Take up as much space in this room as you can. Tall, tall, tall. Mountain, Himalayas, Sugarloaf, whatever one's coming to mind, you are that mountain, strong and steady, intimidating. Immovable. Coming into the last 10 seconds, let your breath settle. Strong, clear mindset. Open up the eyes for me. We're coming into our next round of tree pose. So let's open up that right knee. Bring the foot to your desired position. Not in the knee joint, because over time it's not good to put weight onto that knee joint. So above or below the knee and stay really tall. If you feel like you can, you could close down the eyes. I think that needs some work from me. Option, of course, to extend up overhead. So it's more branches of a tree, but it's just an option. Stay really still, rooted, tall. Just like that mountain. You are so strong as a tree, but trees move. And it's like that we say about yoga. We bend so we don't break. The last 10 seconds, you've got this. Just to mix it up a bit, instead of going straight to the other side, we're going straight into our standing pigeon. So let's bring that foot further across And sit down. So we're going straight from one balance pose to another. So the leg that's supporting you, that left leg might be like, oh, it's okay. You can do this. We can breathe through any mild discomfort here. We're stronger than we think. Especially these huge muscle groups. We can do this. We're halfway through. And we smile. Keep that chest lifted. Keep your gaze forward. Be so still. So I just look at you. We were having a two-way video call. I think, oh, it's frozen. No, it's just still. Slowly straightening up and shaking out the legs. Oh, yes. Yes, can feel the strength improving. Let's root into that right foot. Free pose to the other side. After doing tree and then pigeon, doesn't this feel like a walk in the park now on the other side? Settle into your Vrikasana, shoulders down and back, broad across collarbone, shining your heart forward, gazes forward, pick your drishti. We are halfway through. Just have to adjust myself here because I'm too close to the wall. Don't let me distract you. Single pointed focus. Keep going for another 10 seconds. Getting stronger every second. And then just moving the foot that we're coming into that standing pigeon and sitting down. Sitting down. Flex the foot, shine the heart forward, smile. Be glad that this is the last standing pigeon. We only had time for 2 rounds and not 3, like I planned. The last 30 seconds. Can we go lower while keeping that upper body nice and tall? Feel the strength building, our balance improving with every breath. Yes, we can. Working on our minds as well. Same time, last 15 seconds. Slow down your breath. Focus. Straighten up that leg. Don't rush out of the pose and release. Take a little boogie and then jump straight into goddess. No pause here. It's a short class. You only got 7 minutes left. Making sure elbows in line with shoulders. Spread the fingers wide this time. I like to think of myself as like a solar panel here, especially when we do this outdoors, connected to Surya energy. Deep breaths. Slide out. Go a little lower with those hips. Come on. Be really still. We're opening up the hips, so we're sending those knees, not letting the knees collapse forward, keeping them wide. Lower the hips. Last couple of seconds, last couple of breaths. I haven't forgotten you. Can we do 10 more seconds? We can. We can. Really feel into the feet now. Really gripping that mat with your toes and then bring the hands to the hips. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Slow motion. Straighten the legs. Heel toe. Hip distance or so. Hands back to heart. And we're sitting down into a Malasana squat. Which now feels like a rest. You've got an option here if you want to add one last balance in for crow. So I'm not going to demo because I don't believe that these more advanced balances, possibly a little bit more risky, should be taught on a one-way online. But it's already in your practice. You can bring the hands down or forward into your crow. If you don't know what crow is, don't even worry about it. It's a conversation for another day, and it's not important. We're staying here for another 4 to 5 seconds, and then we're done. You've made it to week 4. If you haven't already, definitely check out the yin and the restorative classes this week. You deserve them. You're doing an amazing job. You've done an amazing job. You should be so proud of yourself. I was nearly on course there. Be so proud of yourself. And then release. If you're close enough to the floor that you feel comfortable releasing, or come down any way you want. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Open the knees out into Supta Baddha Konasana. Bound angle. If you've done the yin, you might remember this one. But we're lying down. Let's bring the hands onto the thighs or onto the hips. And maybe take a little bit of movement here. We'll let gravity pull the legs. It's amazing how much you can get done in a short period of time, especially when you're intently working on the balance like that. Let's bring the knees back in towards each other. Extend out the legs. Take a full body stretch again. Take up as much space in the room, in this world as you can. I'm going to take a really deep twist to finish. There's a yin twist, and it is twisted roots. So wrap your legs around each other, kind of like an eagle legs as well. Arms back into those goddess arms, and then drop over to your right. We've got 1 minute here, 1 minute to the other side, and 1 minute of Shavasana, and then we're done. You can turn your head to the left, or look up at the ceiling, or close down the eyes. Want to get those twisted roots close to the floor as you can, while keeping both shoulders on the mat. So that's kind of your challenge here. Just go deep as you can with the twist. Keep those shoulders glued. We're halfway done on this side. If twisted roots is too much, you can do supine twist that we did in the other classes. We've got 15 seconds left. Come back to center, untwist your roots, and then twist them the opposite way, drop over to the left. Turn your gaze to the right, or look up at the ceiling. Just 45 seconds left. And even without being in Shavasana, remember the focus of this class is not just balance, it's mindfulness, it's being present. So stop yourself from projecting to what you're doing after this class, and just focus on the sensations that you're feeling in your body right now. Allow yourself to feel a sense of gratitude and pride. And please, please reach out to me personally. Let me know that you made it to the end of the program, because statistically, not many people reach the end of any program. Drop me a message and say, I did it. I did it, I did it, I did it. Let's bring your legs back to center, release from your twisted roots, and come straight into Shavasana. No putting on socks or layers, straight into Shavasana. Extend arms and legs. The effort is done, it's time for ease. Oh. No. Roll to your side, bring yourself up to any comfortable seat, and I extend to you so much gratitude, and you extend to yourself so much gratitude for making it to week 4. Let's bring the hands into the third eye. Namaste. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next class, because there's always a next class.